Did y'all finish arguing about that white chocolate is really good? It's a goated chocolate format.
I don't know if I would say that. I just think the haters are hating unnecessarily.
I told you
Uh-huh.
my favorite cold drink from Starbucks is a white hot chocolate.
I forgot that you told me that.
Cold weather.
Mm. That sounds
White
really
hot
good.
chocolate actually sounds good.
So
Speaking
good.
of Starbucks, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Pit Against, a live Fleshable College show. I'm William Table Legs, and I'm joined by my constant co-host Kevin Smurph. Kevin, what's up? Freaking Starbucks, I guess. And then we also have a guest, Tim.
Hello.
Woo! All right. Pit Against is a live call-in show. If you'd like to be live on air talking to Tim about your hot takes, join the Pit Against Discord by clicking on the link that's in the description. Then join the waiting room channel. Put your hot take in the topic section channel. If we like your take, we'll put you on for a mic check and then pull you on air. You can also put your take in the topic section channel in the stream chat or in the comments for me to bring up if you can't make it on. My phone is in a different location than where it normally is. So I am just struggling in general. I also think I'm gonna turn my head in a minute. Other than that, how are you guys? We just had Worlds. We were all at Worlds together. How was Worlds?
Sick.
It ended up good.
It ended up good. Interesting.
Sunday night was very high.
Heck yeah.
We were all very excited.
I turned my head. Oh no.
Friday was rough.
Yeah, talk very briefly about the weekend, like how it went down for us. Us? Dude, I had a great weekend. Dude, I'm about to. Dude,
Kevin played Worlds
Yeah, Kevin played
I
Worlds.
did play Worlds briefly for part of it.
for a couple rounds.
For 5 rounds exactly. And then I hit 1-4 and I dropped. And I handed my World's Viscerai deck to Tim.
Let's go.
And that
I
was
played
a good
an LL
choice.
side event in the Super Armory on Friday and went 2-2 and was like, Marlon might not be it. My Viscerai opponent made 14 rune chance on their first turn. Do I really want to play against that
And then you were like,
and not be doing that?
Maybe I'll be the one doing that.
Maybe I'll make the rune chance.
And then he did.
Dude,
And then on
actually, that was
Saturday,
that was kind of everyone's weekend. Clark put in chat, Kevin's weekend was they had us in the first half meme, but that was like the whole weekend for all of us. So I guess to actually recap really
Wyatt.
quickly, we had our buddy Wyatt who made day 2 of Worlds, which was awesome. Kevin didn't. But then going into the next day, he fell out of day 2 Worlds. But Tim made day 2 of the calling
At
X1.
at X1. And then
So
the
If they would have
next
come to
day
top 8, I would
Yeah.
have been 9th.
You would have.
After
would
day one.
have, but we kept going on to Sunday, which was Kevin found his way to like weasel into the Battle Hardened,
Off the wait list.
off the wait list, and then secure himself straight into top 8. Tim took his X1 record all the way into top 8 as well. And
Coming in at first seed of the calling.
Kevin lost to
X1
the
out of
main
Swiss.
character,
13 rounds.
and Tim fell short in semis.
Top 4.
Top
Quarters.
4?
Or, yeah, semifinals.
Yeah. So, the end of the weekend was awesome. I was on the calling at 4-3, and then I did Cube, where I went 10-2. X2 and Cube.
That's wild.
It's so good, dude.
Oh,
Oh,
played
man.
against some heavy hitters, too.
Yes, I did. Dude, my losses were Yuki Lee Bender and Dex. Dex fan.
In her cube.
In her
Or,
cube.
like,
Yeah,
the
well,
cube
yeah.
that like she plays like
Mhm.
frequently on Lexi.
It was my first time drafting Midwinter Cube, and did I do? I might have done 5 cubes actually. My record was 12-3.
Yeah, you did at least Shapeshifter
No.
plus
One
Runeblade
was
on Friday.
It was 11-3 because the other Shapeshifter we only did 2 rounds and I went 1-1.
Ah.
I went 11-3
that
cube.
first Shapeshifter cube.
Say again?
And Wayne was bullying people.
Yes, I was.
First Shapeshifter cube
Yeah.
with the all arcane deck. And
Well, I didn't think it was going to come.
No arcane barrier.
Yeah, I didn't think the deck was going to come together. I didn't think people would let me have it, but they did.
Sure did.
Sure did. All right, so that's what happened this weekend at Worlds, right? But there was a lot of announcements made on Thursday. There was a lot of games played over the weekend. A lot of different formats played, including LL. A lot of announcements about Sage. Do we want to grab our first caller, or is there anything you wanted to talk about before we got started?
Are we just jumping straight into Clark stuff?
We could. He's got multiple
I'll go
takes.
grab him. Yeah.
LL's a great format.
LL is a really good, according to LSS, casual format. Thumbs down.
Ooh.
Boo.
Fine.
I
The
grew to
format's very
really
swingy.
I grew to really like LL, even though it can feel like Blitz. It's not. Like, I feel like there's more decisions made. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there's just as many decisions made.
There's like 3 turns of decisions, to be fair.
Sure.
In most games.
Yeah.
Well, my chain opponents made it for a while.
Oh no, I've screwed everything up. Oh no. There we go.
No.
I think this is fine. Oh no. There we go. All right. Looks like we have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Clark Moore, and I'm calling from Cypress, California.
Woo! How did you enjoy Worlds?
I didn't get to go.
Yeah, but you enjoyed it from home, right?
I did enjoy it from home. We had a little
Okay.
watch party on Sunday to watch the finals, and that was fun.
That's sick. That's actually super cool.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
So my hot take, and this is an uncharacteristic hot take for me because I actually believe it, and that's that any opinions on the Sage format are absolutely worthless until Compendium of Wraith releases. So everyone getting into their hot takes about we should be rotating this hero or this hero is a problem, all of that is pretty nonsense until Compendium of Wraith comes out. Until then, like, why bother? Just keep having fun with the format that doesn't need to be that competitive yet.
Okay, so you brought up a couple interesting points. I think the first one that I think everyone watching this already knows, but just to bring it up briefly, is you said voting on banning heroes.
Yeah, they have a new rotation system
Okay.
where we get to publicly vote on who gets to rotate. And the first vote is going to take place in the pin season, in that first quarter after Compendium of Wraith releases. It's another reason why I think...
I thought it was the season after pin that we get our first vote.
Is it the season after pin?
I think it's the season after pin that we get our first vote.
Even more of a reason. Like,
Yeah, I agree. But it's just who gets to vote again? It's just me, right? Like, I get to make the decision.
yes, each of us individually are the only person who gets to...
Every
who
Flesh
has
and
their
Blood
opinion
player
matter.
individually only gets to make the decision. They said that they're going to have a vote and they're going to let everyone vote like a pure democracy on what heroes get banned. 3 heroes are going to get banned by the players and one of them by LSS.
Did you guys hear that moment during the keynote as Brian announces that?
I heard it.
Murmuring?
We were in the hall. It wasn't
All the
murmuring. It was like,
rippled through the hall.
dude, everyone in the room went, "Oh."
What's great is that at home, you could hear one audience member who was close to a mic go, Oh, that's gonna be terrible.
I think I know who did that too. I think I know exactly who did that. But I think there's definitely a lot of, and maybe we can talk about it in a second, there's definitely a lot of unease with that decision to put it all on the players. But your take, though, is more on we don't need to worry about it yet. Is that basically it?
Yeah. It's a bit of we don't need to worry about it, and more like we're already starting the thing that I'm nervous about, which was the other take that I had put in, which is like this hyper competitive focus on Sage is actually going to ruin the format. Like everyone just turning it into what we've turned CC into, complaining about this hero or that hero. The moment that there's a good hero in the format, everyone complains and wants to get rid of them all of a sudden. Like it's just going to turn Sage, the online discussion about Sage, the content creation about around Sage, it's going to lose the magic that I think has made people fall in love with the format.
I will say LSS wanted to be a competitive format.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're
Sure
already
do.
pushing for that direction, right?
$20 to 2 million.
Oh, true.
That's what I've heard.
It's a good tagline.
So many. It sure is.
It ain't going to be $20 anymore, though. I can tell you that much.
I
I
think
don't think it'll be that much, but yeah.
Oh, I'm expecting a lot more shreds and planches nowadays.
That's fair.
Here's a rare that's worth $5.
Dad.
but that's fine. A $5 rare is not a $70 felling.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. Still
Hey,
budget.
Felling's like
It's
$5
still
right
budget.
now.
Yeah, felling is $5 now.
That's where
Oh,
I
yeah,
want my
true.
Majestics to be, though.
That was a bad example.
I want my rares to be at that price.
I think, unless one of y'all want to dive into this first.
So I mean, we kind of saw this happen with Living Legend, where as soon as it became a competitive format, it stopped being fun because people just found the degenerate stuff and just ran with it, and it became. I've been saying this, like LL was too multiplicative in its like in the way cards interacted, um, where you found your funny cards and then you played your funny cards and that was it. Somebody just died. Um, and that's just kind of how it worked. And I'm still worried about Silver Age being too linear rather than multiplicative, where because you have no Majestics that act as your power cards, whoever has better numbers turn by turn is going to win more often than not. Um, and by more often than not, I mean significantly more often than we see in CC, because you don't have ways to break the turn math as easily. Um, which is like it's why they banned the 04D reacts. It's why they banned Reality Refractor. It's why they banned like Snapdragon Scalers, like
Zephyr Needle.
Zephyr Needle. Yeah, like it's my concern is that if this is too linear of a format, we're gonna feel the same way about it as we did LL, where whoever got to go second basically just won because they got the first real turn. Um, so like I I am also a little concerned what happens when we have this format and we have it for however long. Because we're going to have it with Compendium for 2 months before Yokohama. But I also don't necessarily trust the community to ban heroes because they're good rather than just because they don't like them. So
Interesting, because I almost think the opposite.
Okay.
See, I think Kevin said my point of, I think I'm just going to keep voting for things that piss off my locals. That's going to be my entire strategy for banning in this format.
That's no. The moment that you put it like that, no, I'm starting to come back around.
like,
yeah,
what,
I mean,
what are we?
I just think about how every single season in CC, there's a top deck, and then everyone wants that top deck to lose.
Yeah. Nobody
And
wants to play against that deck.
yeah, no one wants to play about whatever the top deck is, and it's a constant revolving door of just whatever the top deck is, that deck sucks and is lame and is horrible and get rid of it. Even
Yep.
though what you may actually want to do is like remove a gatekeeping deck or
Yes.
remove a deck that has a slightly toxic play pattern. Though LSS their one ban should be the stewards where they get to actually make the intelligent ban for the health of the format. But alas, they only have one ban, and maybe we as a community need to hike up our britches and actually think like designers who care about the health of a format instead of players who just want the next dopamine hit.
Well, I have 2 points to this. One, dude, it'd be so funny if LSS just troll voted every time. They're like, first time they're just like Tech
Olympia
Lawson,
ban.
Olympia. And then this or they do ban something like Tekla and everyone's like, what the frick, should we have been looking at Tekla? And then we look at it for a second and go, no,
And the deck was
we
busted.
didn't need to look at it actually. It wasn't even busted.
Oh.
They just did it. All right. The other thing I was gonna say is there's a general sense that Flesh and Blood players are more mature and aged than other TCG players. But Kevin's demonstrating the exact, like to the millimeter, how much more mature the Flesh and Blood player base is. And
When it comes to bans, it's not by much. When
No.
it comes to playing a game against a person, yes. When
Yeah.
it comes to
Oh,
their
yeah.
reaction to cards and decks that they're playing against, no.
like they will be very cordial until you put Codex
And
of
our
Frailty
cards
on
that go
the on the combat chain, and then they just go, man, what the that card's so stupid.
Yep.
Insert card there. Evil will always triumph because good dumb. We big babies, yes, Poopy.
Yes. We're just
we be
mostly
babies.
slightly older children playing a children's card game.
100%.
I think Kevin can attest to it during the keynotes. As soon as they announced that the players would be banning heroes, I was like, we the players want a voice, and we the players are stupid. And we shouldn't have that.
Especially since we're also just going to be voting for these bans without knowing what cards are coming out potentially.
in the
And
Yeah.
if we ever hit a ban cycle that lines up with new cards coming out and we don't know what those cards are, we're just screwed.
I guess
Yeah.
that
We're
is
doing it with
interesting
each
how it
set,
affects
right?
bands. So like I
thought it
think
was
they
every
can
month
I
we're
think they
voting or
can
something.
set up the voting to where it's not a big deal. Like we're gonna know all the cards on the set before the set or something like that, before the vote or something like that.
Probably.
I think that will be fine. But not knowing bans at a time could be kind of awkward. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons, circling back to my original take of like why all discussion about the Sage format is kind of moot right now. It's because like Compendium has 370 cards.
It's a lot of cards.
300
It's a lot of
and
cards.
think it was
seven.
like
It's
348.
is it 40? Okay, 40. I chose the wrong secondary
It's still
number.
a big.
It's
Same
it's
thing.
more than they've ever printed. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of those are going to be like rainbow sets, which then would sort of explain for the expanded amount. Like if there's red, yellow, and blue of something.
If they're going to be printing more Swift shots, we might have problems.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's
I'm already looking at this
There's-
chess piece, and I'm gonna put in this completely degenerate old list of mine, and it's gonna get
Yeah,
worse.
there's just so many cards coming out that anyone who's like, well, Oldhim is just so obviously oppressive right now. It's like, really? What happens when, Ninja gets another type of Bittering Thorn type of card? And all of a sudden, like, Ira is just obliterating any amount of defensive tech. Like, we just don't know. We don't know, and we can't know until Pin comes out. So I feel like Sage right now is just in a holding pattern, and everyone should just try to enjoy themselves rather than trying to map the format. Unless you're going to one of the events. If you're going to one of the events, go for it. But like, I think everyone else should just be trying to have fun with this and enjoy it before it becomes the truly competitive, online argumentative cesspit that I fear it will become.
I just am gonna be sad when Yokohama feels like Worlds did, and with LL, where people didn't really want to be playing it, and people didn't feel like they were making choices, and yeah,
Not a ton of skill expression in winning and losing those games.
yeah.
So
Or it becomes like a two-deck format, and
yeah.
that's 60 or 70% of the field or something, because there's still going to be like 15% Dromai showing up no matter what.
So I think
We'll play pet decks.
what I wanted was for Flesh and Blood to have a really fun adult competitive format and young competitive format, young casual format, adult casual format. And I had an idea for what I thought it would look like. And then the more Flesh and Blood evolves recently, I don't even know anymore, right? So like definitely the adult competitive format is classic constructed. Like that's an easy one.
Yeah.
They've nailed it down. It feels pretty good. They understand what they're doing with that. I think they want this to be the young hero competitive format. The adult casual format.
I don't know if that's in the Flesh and Blood vocabulary at this
LL
point.
maybe.
I mean,
guess.
LL is it now? I mean,
Yeah.
have you all seen there was a post that circulated on social media of it being moved from like official formats to like auxiliary formats?
I think it was special formats was their
Special
Yeah,
formats.
there's an actual term.
section. Yeah.
And I was saying a bunch of different things for young casual hero formats, and there's probably several that are all pretty good. But for right now, my answer is Cube. Is the casual young hero format, like it's draft is what it is. It's limited. It's not just Cube.
Yeah.
But
We
draft
get
can also
PvE
be,
in 5 to 10 business years.
yeah, PvE in give me a few months.
Yep.
I'm cooking.
Yes. Special formats has learn to play, so your Ira welcome deck mirrors.
Sure.
LL UPF Blitz, Commoner, Shapeshifter, Team Constructed, Team Limited, and Blitz Precon.
Give me some of that.
Good old Blitz
Field.
Precon.
Blitz Precon. I think to circle back, at one point you mentioned talking about the competitive nature of Sage. What do you want out of Sage, Clark?
I want Sage to finally let my inner Johnny free. If you're aware of that Timmy Johnny Spike theory, it's a pretty old school article that was written by
it's like
the Magic devs.
It's like a concept in marketing where you like create it's like your target market breakdown.
Yeah.
You
It's
personify your target market, and Magic the Gathering. I think they have 5 now, like target demographic people.
Yeah,
Johnny
it's definitely
player.
expanded. I also know that they've changed the names to be more gender inclusive. I'm just not aware of what those are, so I lean back on
those 3 have been used for forever. So
yeah, but I've always been a Johnny. I've been the type of player who enjoys brewing and finding weird off-kilter decks, secondary decks, anti-meta decks. That's always been where I've liked to exist, even when I play Flesh and Blood. But Flesh and Blood deck building just doesn't allow for that degree of flexibility, and Sage kind of does. Kind of does. And when everyone is trying not to optimize it, you can actually exist in that space. And you can brew, and you can find these off-meta, off-kilter things to do, and they can be successful. But the moment that it starts getting played at PT Yokohama and in callings, and it
Showdowns.
gets announced as the Worlds format, they haven't, but when it does, then
Worlds
it's
better
not
be
going to be
draft.
that
Holy
anymore.
frick. That's the
I,
subject I'm
I,
going to bring
I
up in
was
a
gonna
minute, but
say
Worlds better be freaking
this is
draft.
starting. This is starting to sound a lot like the arc they put LL on, where it was
Okay.
like through even Singapore, it was still a reasonably open meta because nobody was trying too hard and people could still just bring whatever deck they wanted and play that and still like do well enough. And then as soon as people dove into it, like Briar didn't even get bans, I think, and
Was
she
that a
just
thorn?
disappeared. She had
Sure.
Rosetta Thorn and was gone.
Yeah,
Warmongers came
Like
back.
true.
Warmongers was gone and she was still gone, I think.
It's
Like
funny. It was just that when you break down the format and you test it all out and you know put numbers to the table, you're just like, actually Briar just doesn't get there against a couple of these
yeah.
decks. And
Yeah.
I don't know, card gamers are just kind of going to do that. They got a little bit of that
Yeah.
like engineering brain in them where they're just like, I have to perfect this robot that I'm
Very,
building.
it's very funny when you talk to people at tournaments where I was sitting at the top tables and talking to my opponents about what they did for work, and I was like, "Oh, I'm an engineer. I'm a computer science person. I program. I do math. Neat."
Yep.
We are all those types of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
I just,
oh,
you want to know what else engineers do? Like, yes, engineers work for the military industrial complex, but they also make little fight bots. And they go to little warehouses and they set up cages and they have a little squeaky hammer on the top because it's funny. Like, engineers also do that. And I thought Sage could be that.
I don't know. So I know a healthy bit of history of the BattleBots era because I was super into that. I still am super into it. And the problem with the rules what actually there was an arms race between the players and the rules enforcers where the players were using the engineer brain not on their robots but on the rules. How can I break these rules or get around these rules to put the most disgusting unhealthy thing in that ring? And at the same rate the judges were trying to come up with like the best way to stop people from bringing bombs into the place, right? Basically. And what it culminated to mostly was either you had to be a part of like a professional team and the rules document is like 100 pages long of things you cannot bring into the ring, or they implemented a system where it was like at any time your opponent can buy your robot off of you for $50. So if you spent too much money, they just buy it. They're like, oh, those bearings are not bearings. I mean, like, you know, oh, those tread is like, that's like $20 tread right there. I'm just going to buy their robot. And so in that sense, that was like the only way they found to stop people from being absolute monsters and creating the most terrifying flesh-rending machines you could think of. And in that sense, it's that same engineering brain where it's like in Flesh and Blood, they have these cards or like, you know what? Actually, here's a great analogy. Commander is a terrible format because what you do in Magic the Gathering's Commander is you sit down as a pod of friends of 4 people and all of you play a fun little interactive game between each other until one person loses more consistently than the others. And then he upgrades his deck just so that he can be on par. And now there's a new person who loses more often. This arm race builds to a point where everyone gets angry at each other because they're all playing Force of Will in their deck. And in that same sense, I think you can't get past. I think there's no good answer for getting rid of the competitive nature in card games in one way or another.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, it's inevitable.
Yeah. I I think I'm just like okay with it. Like if
Mhm.
we're gonna find out the meta for Silver Age eventually, like this current meta with these decks and heroes, we're gonna find out what the best ones are eventually, and I'm okay with it existing like that. I guess. I think who is it in chat? Is that Charlie? I never remember anybody by their screen name. Whomever in chat, Heron was like, the adult casual format is just Armory Nights.
Yep.
I mean, people just bring decks that are fun to Armory sometimes when they know there is no stakes. Sometimes. And if not, then at the bottom tables, that's where everyone's having fun with their silly decks. And you got to be okay with being at the bottom tables having fun with silly decks. Or just draft.
Just draft.
Just draft. I'm so into draft.
Draft does put everyone on the exact same level. Everyone pays the same amount. You get the same power level of cards.
I knew
Sure,
it
some
was
people get
Charlie.
lucky
I
and they
knew
open the mirror guy, but you know.
But they're at the same level. You could have opened the mirror guy.
You could have opened the mirror guy.
Or just play a different draft. Or cube.
Yeah.
All right. Which I think leads me into the next point, which I don't know. Are we just going to keep Clark on here? Do we want to... Clark, you got anything you're doing right now?
No.
I mean, I got Armory, but I can wait a little bit more before leaving for that.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what the frick time is your Armory? But you're not on our side of the coast.
No.
The last set was Super Slam, which was a really fun draft experience about twice. How many times you didn't play any of it, Kevin?
I didn't draft it. I did pre-releases, and they were fine.
That's a form
Although
of draft.
we definitely had a pre-release that was 4 people, and all of them were playing KO Underhand Cheat. So
Oofta.
That's 4 fatigue. Tough nuts. It would have been so much more fun.
You were at our pre-release, right, Tim?
I was at the Star City one.
Okay.
I had Andrea Mingucci show up to my pre-release. That was my funny experience.
That
I
is
sit down for round 1 and I look diagonally, and there's one of the best card gamers I've probably ever seen in my entire life in
That's
the flesh.
crazy.
And I'm like, all right. my local buddy's playing them, and I'm like, buddy, you're fucked.
But I had fun with the draft format for the entire 3 games I played of it. But it is very notably not the best format we've ever had in Flesh and Blood. There's a lot of
a ringing endorsement.
it's just like there's a couple of just like
This is like LSV on like one of his like recent videos went back and like showed how many prize packs he has from each format because he doesn't open any because he doesn't need to on Arena.
Oh, okay.
And he had like 500 packs of like, what was it, like Duskmourn or something? Or Duskmourn was like 300, and there was another that was 500. And then like Through the Omen Paths was like 7. And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
You played 3 games of Super Slam Draft.
Yes.
Excellent.
Played Monarch so
You
much
also-
I played it 2 seasons.
I have drafted more Monarch than Super Slam. And I started playing the game a year after Monarch came out.
I think it also says something about us as Flesh and Blood players that like people don't know much about Super Slam Draft. I think it mostly in part because of there being no competitive event that had Super
Hello
Slam
was
Draft.
also much better before people got their hands on it and started playing it.
We played in
Interesting.
some skirmishes. People played what they wanted.
I got to play Icelander. It was weird. Sure as heck wasn't playing that at Worlds.
So I think that's
So
also
we learned it wasn't good.
part of my segue is like Super Slam wasn't a great draft format. We also weren't like there was a lot of people who weren't compelled to play it because they are more focused on the competitive scene and they're planning and playing towards that. And there wasn't really a competitive scene for Super Slam. And then the next set is an expansion set
not a draft set.
Yeah,
Where's
they
my
really...
limited LSS?
Well, you
Brand
you
limited.
heard right when Brian announced that it was going to be the expansion set. He went out of his way and he's like, "Look, everyone who loves draft, don't you worry, we love you too." He spoke like directly to you.
We
I know he
promise.
did. He said, just chill for another 6 months. We'll get to it. Ugh.
Really gives you the time to build out that cube, though.
True. No, the cube's
Fine-tune it.
good. The cube's there actually no, there is things that need to be improved in the cube. But
Get more Japanese card.
oh yeah. We now have a Japanese card in the cube.
You have multiple.
Multiple. I think like I don't know, dude. It's just we're going so long without draft being a part of the competitive scene.
Mm-hmm. Which is, it's something that a lot of players have actually been asking for. We have not just like my co-host on my podcast, Joel.
Mhm.
He hates competitive limited, even though me and Fuzzy love it. He hates it. And then we also have another local of ours who's really active in our Discord who holds the opinion that every single card LSS prints should be playable in a constructed context and should be competitive in a constructed context. Every single card. Like, he hates the concept of draft chaff. And so, like, there are players who have been asking for this. They've been asking for a set where everything has a route for a meaningful constructed inclusion.
I think that I would love for them to come on and talk about it because I think that is a I love them. I love them. I know exactly who said this. I love you. I think it's a very short-sighted take because there should be bad cards. You can't have good cards. You can't have fun cards unless you have bad cards. And you also
It's
just
okay
need
to have
glue
draft
pieces.
chaff.
It's okay to have draft chaff.
It's totally okay to have draft chaff, especially because draft chaff is suddenly not draft chaff. Randomly, like 2 to 3 years later. Blue sink below. Wacky.
Wooded bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Back alley break line.
Yeah. Blue back alley
Blue.
break line. Or yellow back alley break line. That's my sage tough nut.
Whoa.
Yo.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
I
Holy.
told you, man, I'm a Johnny.
Wait, he's cooking.
I brew. I cook.
But you can't
Catch
play
me in the kitchen.
rock.
Rock's
It's
a majestic
sage.
anyways.
Yeah, Rock's not a playable weapon anyways.
Yeah.
That is funny though. Frick, where was I headed with
Once
that?
per turn, right?
You were talking about a limited hater, by the way, here. So I feel whoever you're mentioning, it's just like, please don't make me draft anymore.
Well, okay, Tim. You're excited for Pro Tour Yokohama, CC, and
CC Sage?
CC Sage.
Maybe
Maybe.
if
I
this
mean,
format's good.
How have you liked these big events with 2 constructed formats?
I was so sad I didn't get to play in Worlds this year. It's where I'm at.
Tim actually really did.
I mean,
like
Hey,
LLCC.
I play the callings
Yeah.
because I play constructed for what 13 rounds.
Yes.
Yep.
Holy frick. So much.
I dual
LL.
day 2 Nats. I play the calling, and I get to play 13 rounds of CC.
Yeah.
These are the formats I do like playing. And I want to play in the big events, but I play in the smaller ones because, maybe I don't day 2 because I'm bad at limited, but
Just
also
get
more
good at
fun.
limited.
I would simply
Brian's sweet.
get
Hey, it's
better.
why Kano's still
Simply
legal,
get
right?
limited.
They just can't draft. Maybe this is
Oh,
it. They're just
true.
like, we need to get Kano
How
over
they get
the.
them out?
We need to get Kano out of here. We gotta remove draft so that Kano players actually have a route to win events.
They
So that they
pick
can
every
finally get rid of
That's
this
so
hero.
funny.
Go to play though.
And we can print Adult Blaze, and then we can have the Healthy Wizard.
Oh.
True.
I think it's that the Kano players only know how to play combo, and I don't know how much combo is going to be in Silver Age.
Oh, there's no Kano is apparently barely anything in Sage.
I think Kano is like basically unplayable in Silver Age at the moment.
Yeah, because they banned Aether Flare, so
Yeah,
there's no chaining damage amp into something else, as
yeah,
Starting at
far as I'm
15
aware.
starting at 15 is such a handicap when you
yes,
can't do any additional damage based on the
yeah.
damage you
When
do.
you have no multiplicative damage, yeah.
I think they have been setting Sage up for success, though. I think coming out with a really big and really aggressive ban list to set a philosophy for the format has done a lot right off the bat. And if Pin fills in the gaps for enough heroes appropriately, I think it can be a healthy format. But
I,
again, circling back to
yeah.
my original take I sat down with, it's until we see those cards, what are we really talking about here? We're talking about a half-baked format.
I mean,
Well,
we're talking about some showdown slash battle hardens that all have 5K in prizing and actual events behind them that
are
people are
those
going to go
before?
Assumedly,
play.
Are those before Pin?
assumedly Columbus.
So before Pin comes out, we actually have Silver Age moneyed
There's
advance.
Yes.
3 Silver Age events this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
2 of them callings?
two of
Question
them.
No,
mark?
they're all Sunday events attached to
Okay,
callings,
Okay.
but that's still a full battle harden that is Sage.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And
And events beginning of next year that we assume are going to be
yes,
Sage.
yes. So there is like some amount of stuff before Compendium comes out, but yeah, like the question is really like Compendium has to carry this as well as the Silver Age starter decks. Uh,
I
There
think.
is a small piece of me that worries about Compendium, not in the fact that it's not going to support Sage, but that it's not going to support CC, and that we're going to have 2 sets that have no CC impact. And please don't let this format just rot.
I
Yeah,
think that's
third
a
season in a row of the same three heroes at the top, Syndra, Gravy, Verdance. Yeah.
I think that's a bigger question for our December 15th ban list than Compendium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Sad.
I
we're
think
getting a
that's
ban list
the
in about a
actual
month.
point at which we're gonna see how much this format moves because you've got a bunch of heroes in tier two trying to break in, and these closer to two heroes at the top kind of running it, where Gravy's like a half step down. But
Yeah.
I think the CC
um,
meta is not awful.
no, the meta is healthy.
Yeah,
This is like what everyone's been saying is like the meta is
yeah, yeah.
healthy. We just had it for a
We've
long
had it for a
time,
long time, right? We got
Not
and
changed. Nothing's
yeah,
changed. Nothing's fresh.
yes, we
like
had
we've been playing this meta since Nats.
we've had several varieties of decks at the top, like in tier one or whatever you want to call it. And then the tier two decks, there's actually several that can punch up and like attack them or certain of them in different ways or each other even. And so like I
Yeah,
think the format is super cool, but
yeah.
you know, Uprising Draft was super cool until we had it for what felt like a
Three
year.
major events, yeah,
Yeah.
because it was Nats, Leal, and Worlds.
Is the best draft is the most recent compelling you want to do this in a side event draft format we're gonna have for like almost a year gonna be high seas.
Yes,
Ugh. I'm getting off
like
topic,
that's just
but like
true.
ugh.
We can't avoid that at this point
High seas is
because
fun, but like frick.
I mean nobody's been drafting it though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's
But I
I don't
understand
know.
the want for a shakeup in
Yeah, I
CC.
mean on the 15th they could take an absolute sledgehammer to both CC and LL and like fix LL by taking the top 20% off the meta and make it so you can play your heroes and do that by balancing around to the funny cards or getting rid of the funny cards. And then CC, they could like take 10% off the top two heroes, and then suddenly like everything is kind of playing again, or like take 10% off Syndra and Verdance and 5% off Gravy, and like suddenly you get like Florian back in, you get Marionette fully back in, you get Guardian back in, and then like
Yes,
Prism
yeah.
can like show up to deal with that stuff. Basilio gets a little bit more play if like Syndra is a little bit weaker. Like you suddenly have like not a mid-range soup, but you actually have like a wide open meta where you could have like 10 decks that are all like tier 1, quote unquote, which is actually probably like 5 in tier 1 and 5 in tier 1.5 instead of 2, 1, and 8.
And then I think
That's where they don't have a reason to.
I think the interesting thing about that is not necessarily just having the big super decks, but a lot of these decks feel like there's like counterplay, there's room to use sideboards interestingly, there's a lot of skill expression in some of these decks, and the meta is bigger than just the names on the list, right? Because in some formats like Blitz, it's like, which flavor of turn 1 win do you want? And that doesn't feel good. But in CC, there's a game to be had every game, which I think is more interesting, or most games. And if we had a wider meta at the top, I think it would still continue to be interesting. My hot take on LL though is that they recontextualize the format, the format philosophy, and they have exactly 2 cards banned, which would be Kraken's Aether Vein and like maybe one other thing that I had
open everything up.
Huh?
So they just open everything up.
Yes. I think the idea is you look at it from the perspective of there's going to be like 3 to 5 decks that you can play, and that's the format. I think that's more interesting.
I think people are going to hate Kano.
Yeah,
I already do hate Kano.
There's going to be Kano, there's going to be Starvo, and that's going to be it.
Sure. Maybe Viscera?
No, there's going to be 2 decks if you do that, and that's it.
You don't think Combo Dash gets there?
Probably not.
Full power Kano, probably not.
Combo Dash probably does
15 books?
I think there's maybe Viscera decks that could do it, maybe.
I think 15-book Kano just runs that format, and Starvo's trying to keep him in check.
It might be Kraken's Aether Vein and Open the Floodgates. That might be...
It could be Verdance. It could be Verdance.
Could be Verdance.
If Kraken's is banned, then Verdance is like fine, but like I don't know. That doesn't make me any more excited than this current LL format. Because this is the question that they still have to deal with for LL is like, do they want this to be a format where you can play all the funny cards, or a format where you can play the heroes?
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave up on the idea of play the heroes because I already have a format where I can play the heroes. Just play CC.
Shapeshifter, or like no, it's not. That's by definition not a place you can play the heroes.
Well, yeah, you can't play the
hit LL.
LL heroes. Just play all the. It's a format where you get to play all the classes.
But it's not. Because you have the funny cards, you can't play certain heroes because they just don't exist.
But then where do you play the funny cards?
Yes, this is the problem. Is they have to pick.
Mm-hmm.
And they
currently
cannot
they're trying
have
to
it
do
both
both.
ways. Yeah.
LSS loves having it both ways, though.
They love to.
They do.
I mean,
they're such optimistic little
I don't mean
children,
to
and I
pivot
love them.
again. I don't mean to pivot again, but Compendium of Rage is like
the name of this
here's
episode is just called Pivot.
Yeah, Pivot. It's hey, this is a format for Sage, our new budget competitive format. Also, by the way, we're going to charge $30 extra a box, and it's going to be premium, 2 extra cold foils.
It's $30 more for a box. Wait, are the individual pack prices going up?
It's like $145 MSRP.
How much are packs going to be?
$6.
6, I want to say 6 or 7.
William.
MSRP is $6.
$6.
But they're premium packs, guys.
Dude,
there's 3 rares.
No, the premium. They're not even gold. They're putting premium packs in the premium packs.
Yeah, the stores are all gonna lift those out of the box.
Collector boosties all over again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ironically, but also unironically, yes.
Oh
Yes.
man.
No, but like they need to pick a lane for LL, and they haven't done that, and that's why it feels weird and not good. Because
Yeah.
some of the funny heroes are good because they get to keep their funny cards, and some of them are not good because they don't get to keep their funny cards. So
I guess I think this is the question that LSS constantly faces with themselves whenever they are put in these positions and why they keep picking
Charlie.
both, which is that is the player base big enough to allow a format like this to just completely alienate a set of the player base?
this is what they've been doing for the last like year is making decisions that they can't be making right now. They're making decisions that they should be making in 3 to 5 years when the player base is 3 to 5x what it is now. And
Mhm.
this is the way they've been running LL for stuff like that. This is the change for PTs not giving PTIs. They give invites to exclusively the next Pro Tour, regardless of whether or not you can go. Um, what was the other one? Player of the Year.
Mhm.
That's not something that your player base can compete for. The
That is
game
a
isn't big
small
enough.
group.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's marketing, right?
yeah,
That's their that's for headlines and it's for marketing and that's for uh Flesh and Blood is the most competitive card game on the market.
Sure,
So if
but
you're a competitive gamer, you should be playing Flesh and Blood. If you're traveling for your 50K Riftbound event, you should be traveling for our 45K Flesh and Blood event because it's actually going to be way more satisfying for you.
it
yeah.
should look achievable.
And for the majority of the player base, it doesn't.
Well, also, hold on. Like, if we're 3 to 5 times the size for the majority of the player base, it definitely isn't.
Sure, but you don't have 5 people competing for it then. You're going to get into the realm of 50 people competing for it then, potentially.
Yeah,
Which
it makes
is,
it a bit more of a narrative.
I think it
yes, you
doesn't
get
need
more of
to.
an,
I don't think it needs to actually be attainable. I think it just needs to look attainable,
There we
or
go.
yes.
something you
That's
can
it.
aspire to look to be
That's
attainable.
the
Because,
answer.
and this is like functionally, is it possible for a significant number of people, more than 5, to make their living playing Flesh and Blood? And they're making choices for the game where they have in mind like 50 plus people who are doing this as their full-time job, which is getting top 60, get top 32 at a tier 4 gets you entry to the next tier 4. Regardless of where it is, you have to be able to afford it. And we don't have enough people who can do that. Just flat out. Like we're not the game isn't big enough yet because we can't get the audience to whatever content thing you do to pay for you to do it. The only people who are full-time Flesh and Blood players are people who've won worlds basically, and half of them haven't even done that.
And Brody Spurlock, yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
Brody Spurlock,
Brody
who
Spurlock.
he's not. I don't know that he's profiting off Flesh and Blood.
I don't know if he is either, but if he can travel to IPAC and do a calling circuit there, hey,
Sure,
props to you, King, right? I see why you're getting the
yeah, no, that's
points.
sick, but that's not because of Flesh and Blood.
This is a man who doesn't own a house, doesn't own a car, probably, doesn't have
Isn't going to
kids,
18,
college.
isn't going to
19.
college.
That's the problem, guys. Too many parents in Flesh and Blood. They can't compete enough.
Ah,
That's the problem.
I
Just
need
stop
to
having
sell my
kids.
house.
The audience is
Give
too
them your
old.
mortgage.
They have other expenses. It's their own downfall.
That's the problem, Tim. That's why you got only top 4. You didn't sell your house.
Real issue. I should just be living at home with my parents.
Oh my god.
Don't put my salary towards a mortgage.
Yup.
Ooh, that's it. We get people who are retired into Flesh and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
They got nothing to do.
We're a demographic.
They've already paid off their house.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting retirement money, and they can spend it on trips to go play Silver Age.
Bridge.
Does Silver Age make it easier? Like if your tournaments that you're playing for money is a $20 deck, does that make it easier?
I think unironically it kind of does. The
Like-
increase in the amount of callings, I think, will also help.
Yes.
Maybe I need to
especially
put my
in
that
kids
does
on the
more.
secondary market.
Especially within regions.
Yeah. I think the increase in events like does way more than adding Silver Age.
Okay.
Battle
Because
Hardens being 5Ks,
Yes.
also huge.
That's a
really,
great
really letting
upgrade.
people get their money back, even if they bomb out of the main event. Huge.
Yes. That's something everyone has been asking for like 2 years at this point. But I don't know that Silver Age is like the thing that's going to make a difference simply because the people who are going and playing the showdowns that are going to be Silver Age already probably have a CC deck and they played the calling and they didn't make day 2. And then the cost of the trip is also just like more than that because it's also not just paying for a flight, it's not just paying for the hotel, it's PTO from work, getting like it's working around the rest of life where you have to be in Flesh and Blood you have to be so entrenched in Flesh and Blood that it literally you don't have a normal 9 to 5 where Flesh and Blood has to be your job for that to be the break point.
There's
and I think this
testing
is
you
the
have to
thing-
do very regularly. Like there's
Yeah. It's a
Teams
it's a
are-
time thing. Like
Teams
and-
are supposed to help with that. And I think it's actually
Sure.
really cool how teams are sort of becoming. This was something I learned a long time ago, but apparently teams in cycling is that they pick the people who are actually going to go win the event, and then the rest of the team just works to support that person. They'll give them like backdrafts and all that stuff. And similarly, I feel like Flesh and Blood teams are kind of getting to the point where like here are the people who like help run and organize the team. Here's the person who specializes in these classes so that they can always have that information on hand, always know what that's going to look like. And then it's distilling and giving that information to the people who can actually go on and win bigger events. Maybe I'm being a bit reductive.
Team
But,
Poland
yeah.
at Baltimore Pro Tour 3 had a team
Yeah.
therapist.
I thought it was a nutritionist. Or maybe it
Maybe it
was a
was-
sports psychiatrist.
It
or
was that
whatever
was what it was. It was sports psychologist,
Okay.
psychiatrist, whatever. Psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not psychiatrists. Psychiatrists are the ones that give the drugs.
Maybe
I mean,
actually.
Dude,
Dude, you know how
wait a
much
minute.
you know how much better I am
Scandal?
at Flesh and Blood on Adderall? Holy frick.
What do you
I
mean
don't-
microdosing meth makes you better at Flesh and Blood?
Yes.
I don't know that we're going to see teams like do that kind of thing where they pick somebody that they put everything behind and do that. I think that will happen incidentally where somebody ends up really well positioned for an event because they're a specialist and the meta lines up for them. That's just going to happen occasionally.
Everyone else
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feeds them information on other decks that they're not super focused on. Like this
Yes,
is
so
what
that starts
sideboards look
happening.
like for good decks, and you know.
That starts happening like end of day 2 when you see that the person is X1 or X2 looking to the end
Animal
of the
training.
event and you just like that you'll be like Wyatt and you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go to Reading Terminal Market, do you want food?
Oh yeah, true.
And-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that will happen,
Yeah.
but that's not planned before the event.
Mm.
Whoever loses becomes team manager.
Yes, actually,
Yep.
yes. That's how it works.
I was so bad at that actually.
Yeah.
I did a
'Cause you
terrible
were
job.
winning.
I was winning cube, but yeah.
And in the calling, you started like 3-0 or something.
I think yes, actually. Yeah. That was fun. I didn't do much on Sunday though, other than stress. Pull my hair out. I think it's I don't know. I think it's interesting what a team can provide, but I don't think what a team can do, especially for Flesh and Blood at its current size, like, you know, puts people
In
into
those
events, right?
It's
I think
it's
Like Tim, if I give you a $5 every time you want to go to an event, does that mean you go to more events? That's a little. We were talking about being reductive. That's me doing that right there. But like still,
I feel like there's not a ton of incentive for teams outside of a little bit of like, hey, you've played this deck more than I have. What do you think?
I think having games
There's like
against somebody where I think like testing games where you're like sitting down with somebody and actively trying to figure something out. There's a lot to that.
Yeah, like it is definitely a way to gain information, but then that's going both ways.
Sure.
also like you don't need the world champion to do that with you. Like you could definitely do that with anybody locally to you.
Most people
Yeah.
locally too.
Mostly,
Yes.
certain mindset going
Yes.
in. Certain
You
mindset.
gotta be able to
certain
handle.
mentality.
You gotta be able to
You're very right.
lose and still be able to talk to the person afterwards. Which I know Flesh and
Yes.
Blood's a more mature audience, but there is still people who can't do that. Understandably.
I'm still astounded that the Team Runaways can do it. The way they go after each other on their podcast, I'm like, how are these people like the next day showing up and being like,
How do you like each other?
yeah. No, I've had some mean friendships. I know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like,
we had a
financially.
Go ahead.
But yeah, actually financially backed teams. There's like one or two that actually help people get to events.
Yes.
That's what we need more of. We need more sponsors. What do we need to do to get more
Bigger
sponsors
than.
in the Flesh and Blood space?
Bigger
Well,
event or bigger
It's a
player base.
it's a like feedback loop where you have a bigger player base, so players have more audience, so they can do content that actually pays for them to do stuff, which means they have an audience, which means they get more sponsors, and then more sponsors means more players. Like it's just a whole loop of if the game is going to continue growing, we're going to get more of all this stuff.
What you're saying is I need to
and
make better
It'll be
content.
fine. I mean, yeah, if you can get a bigger audience and get more people in the fab, and then that gets more sponsors, which gets more people, gets a bigger audience, which gets more people into fab, and feedback loop.
I'm
Then we
okay.
wear
I
table
we
pit
we
jerseys
figured
at
it out.
events.
We figured it out.
Yo.
I'm the holdup.
Why are we not just team table pit?
If you
Uh,
don't know,
Team
this is a little
She's sponsor.
this is a little deep cut. But if you don't know, we've been
Yeah,
having a very
uh-huh.
lengthy discussion on what our local team name is. For honestly months, but it's starting to
For
get
years, I
somewhere.
think.
Years.
Since we started
Oh
that
my
server.
Gosh.
I remember the original name for it.
I do too.
Oh no. I don't even. I
It
don't
was
know. I don't go
bad.
back that far.
And the fact that you said I remember the original name, Tim
It
responded,
didn't say
I
the
do
name.
too, and then neither of you said the name.
Uh-huh.
Quite telling.
Both of us were the original people in that Discord too.
We were the first two, I think, effectively.
Oh, so it was used to.
Used tos.
Mhm.
Once William gives us singular dollar, it becomes a table pit team.
Bro, I got
But
$1.
until we are financially
Team
backed,
table pit.
Prove it. Prove it, Will. I don't believe you. Prove that you have $1 right now.
do you have a dollar?
I have it. It's right
You
here.
can't do it.
It's right
You
here.
can't do it.
It's right here. I'm holding it up. Can't you see it? It's right here. Frick.
That's not in the little picture frame behind you, the little gold frame underneath the Elmwood
Yeah.
Park
It's
sign?
behind the picture. It's behind the picture. That's right.
That's a,
Oh,
is that
okay,
a whole
okay.
dollar due?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
All right, I have a local to go in.
Okay. Yeah. Go win your armory. Go win your casual adult flushable
Adult hero
format. Adult hero format.
Sure.
Thank you so much
I'm
for
playing
coming on. Is
KO,
there anything
so
you want
it
to
is
shout out real
casual.
quickly? Shout something out.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out you guys. I'm gonna shout out my own podcast, Pitch to Me podcast. We just released an episode today about the keynote. That's good. And I'm also going to shout out Joshua Scott for just being a very nice individual.
He's a sweetheart. We love him.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
I really gotta get out to more tier 4 events so I can actually like say hi to these people and shake their hands.
Yeah,
including
you
U2s.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find the right event. We'll find the right event.
Yeah,
All
something
right.
on the East Coast.
do.
Toodaloos.
Get you out to
Goodbye.
Vegas.
That was cool.
Are you gonna come out to PT Vegas, William?
Me? That's like a
Yes.
different country. What the frick?
Bro,
I think
It
it's
is a
against my
different world out
religion,
there,
actually.
but you know.
come on, man.
All right.
Hot take: Vegas freaking sucks. I'm so sad we're going back.
It's so unnecessarily expensive.
I think that might be a hot take. I've heard a lot of people who are excited about it, but
I
I also
have
know
heard a lot
not
of people
everyone
excited for
is.
Vegas.
Who?
It was collective around the hall that people were like, "Yeah, let's go."
There
Probably
was
people who aren't from the
That's
U.S.
just-
and haven't
that's-
played two
yeah.
freaking nationals there in a row. Not in a row,
Yes.
but
2 nationals in 2 years. We're just there 3 years in 4, and
Charlie's
it's
excited
gonna
for
be
it.
another. It's gonna be another $700 trip before event entries,
hmm
and if you get minimal food,
yeah, but your deck only costs $20.
does it? We're back to draft.
Frick.
we are back to
Wait,
draft.
heck yeah, we're back to draft. Your deck only costs
I'm afraid we're back to
$15.
draft. No, William, you got it right the first time.
I mean, that deck doesn't cost you anything.
I like draft.
Neither would my Sage deck, except for
Draft
the
is
$20
great.
I have
You're
my.
not excited to go to
wallet.
Vegas. Okay, good.
Oh, Greg probably gets so drunk in Vegas.
Greg does like Vegas.
Greg would be a Vegas
You
enjoyer.
know who else said they were into Vegas? I think it was Logan was telling me they were excited.
Oh,
to
of
go
course
back
it's
to Vegas.
Logan.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna-
Logan. He's gonna love it.
Bro, we rolled up Wednesday, and he had been there like since Monday or something. But we rolled up Wednesday, and we see him, and it's like 4 p.m., and he's got a beer, and he said it's his 20th.
I mean, it's built different,
I have no context
like,
for this, but it sounds like
My
a lot.
brother in Christ.
bro. 20 beers in that many hours is crazy.
Him and Az had a goal of 25 by dinner or something like that, is what they were doing.
So much. I
Welcome to
imagine.
Vegas. That probably cost them like
$4,000?
$400.
Where did they get all this money? I would like money.
I think they save it for that.
My gosh.
Would also love that money.
Big Vegas kid. Love shiny lights and silliness.
Shiny lights and silliness. Oh, I bet you do, Greg. I bet you do.
All right.
I'm gonna just fill off my gold flow to get back to Vegas.
Real, dude.
Tim, we're gonna have to like run you through the limited gauntlet, make a limited player out of you, right?
Bro, okay. I had one limited format I liked, and nobody else liked it. And
Which
it was
one?
fucking bright lights.
Oh,
There was more than just you
Okay.
liked it. Yuki thought it was good.
I still maintain that
So
Brett
that's
Light's
two
draft,
people.
the drafting process was excellent, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The games were not great.
I loved all of it.
Okay.
I loved all of it. It was so
You're a
Did you
fun.
not
little
like
weird
Miss
for that
Vale?
one.
I didn't play Miss Vale.
Why didn't you?
I had to.
Oh, you didn't
I
go
had
to
no
Nats that
reason.
year.
Nah, I didn't go to
Or
Minneapolis.
Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you would have liked Miss
but I'm
Vale.
going to Minneapolis this time.
Yup.
Since we're going back for Nats again. Bro, we just. Vegas, Minneapolis. Vegas, Minneapolis.
Bro, for real.
I mean, there is the
Little
occasional.
life.
We go to the tri-state area of New Jersey.
Went back to Charlotte?
Yeah, I would
That'd
like
be
to go back to
nice.
Charlotte. Yes, please.
Please?
Please.
Middle of the East Coast?
Ah.
Don't make me go all the way north or all the way south.
All the way
I'm just
west.
complaining about where events are now.
United States is too big.
I will say, Texas probably does need some love. I won't lie there.
They get Dallas like all the time, at least
Oh, do they?
for Battle Hardens, I guess, and SCG
Yeah.
cons, but that's not the same. I
SCG
guess.
cons,
The one
yeah.
time I went to Minneapolis, I did have a good time.
Are you gonna be at
Charlotte
Nats,
Charlotte would
William?
be sweet. What'd you say?
Hey, William.
Are you gonna be at Nats?
Am I going to be at Nationals?
Yeah.
Well, I think I would have to get an invite. Would be the first. Like, I think if I don't get an invite, I'm not going.
Okay.
We can get you an invite. I'll scoop you in. Bro, top
We're
4,
gonna
you
get-
got this.
We're gonna get to our game in the road to Nats, and I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I have to earn it," and you're gonna be like, "Bro, no," as
Bro,
you like
come
slowly
on.
kill me.
They
Detroit.
throw my God in a Flash in Arsenal.
I've never been to Detroit.
Let you leave. God in a Flash. Wait.
Tim's like, "Sure, we'll play it out. No blocks."
Yeah, no blocks when I have a God in a Flash in Arsenal and you play Synod, leave no witnesses.
I make 2 silver. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about? All I'm doing is petting Pup Cat.
And we're just speaking nonsense.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right, I think that wraps it up.
Gee, I have some big news.
Oh,
Oh.
I finally made a Bluesky.
Oh, you did. Yes.
legendary pro player
Finally,
Tim
yeah.
Scroggs is on Bluesky. Oh, he's gone. And just like that, he's gone. What happened? Bring him in. Tim. Tim. Welcome back. He was so excited, he just disappeared.
So happy I made a Bluesky. I left.
That was so good. Pro player Tim Scroggs, I'm telling you, you're gonna start hearing that name at least at U.S. events. He's like mic drop.
Made a Bluesky.
I'm out.
I'm out. But yeah, big congrats to Tim. Top 4 the calling at Worlds.
Yes, he did.
You know what? Top 3 to the calling at Worlds. It was awesome.
I was
give him
first
that
seed
since
going.
He was first seed out of Swiss.
Yeah, he's first seed out of Swiss. Kevin.
Lost to the eventual winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
All these
Yeah.
things.
Okay, I do gotta say, you were 2 games away from those quick dodge flexors.
The first quick dodge flexors?
First quick dodge flexors.
Dude, T comes up to me after I open up the lightning greaves and is like,
Triple
"Yo,
flexors?
he's like, you're starting your full max rarity Starvo deck," and I was like, "Yeah, those flexors would have been a better start to it."
True.
And he just went like, yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you're right."
Yeah.
Kevin also made top 8 of the battle at one of the battle hardens because he
Yep.
couldn't top 8 both of them at the same time. They wouldn't let him.
I could not. They wouldn't let me.
Otherwise, he'd have done that
Even though-
too.
Even though most of my games ended in time that I could have played 2, I think.
Yeah,
Didn't tell me about it.
dude.
Well, okay, yours ended all. You probably averaged 15 minutes around.
Let's see, in what? How many rounds did I play? Too many?
13
rounds
Swiss,
Swiss?
2 top 8.
I probably actually played. Oh my gosh, that's not many. Like 3 hours worth of Flesh and Blood. Maybe
Maybe,
3.5.
yeah.
It
Yeah, I can
was
see
not
that.
much.
Um,
That's why I don't. You do these like big recaps of your games in your videos. I don't remember mine. They were too quick. It was 2
Well,
turns.
'cause you just, yeah,
What's there
you just
to-
fell
there
the
to
funny
remember?
cards. You played
You just
Sonata.
Play
with
Mordred, Tide,
Skeletor.
Sonata, they die.
Yeah.
It was 2 turns.
what was I gonna say? Oh,
Fair enough. Derail leaving.
No, you're good. You're good. I enjoyed this conversation. But remember to go check out our merch at the tablepit-shop.fourthwall.com, where you can get shirts that say things like,
Spectral will continue until morale improves.
dude, that was the shirt I saw the most of this weekend, because there was actually a lot of people I
Same.
saw with merch.
And I didn't. I did the bad, and in the picture, I covered it up with the playmat.
I'm so angry.
And I just like was holding the playmat up like this, and I could have held it like off to the
Slightly
side,
lower.
and,
Yeah, off to the
funny,
side,
and just
anything.
showed off the shirt, and
Yeah.
I just didn't. And I'm
Give
a
us top 8
bozo.
pictures.
Yeah, and I don't know where those are.
Yeah, where's our pictures?
don't
I saw
know.
someone with the attack, block, react, misplay, cry
I saw that one.
hoodie. That was sick.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
like, yes. Freaking kind of mid John, is that his name? He was wearing the Table Pit Hawaiian shirt.
We still need.
There's no way you
Remind me,
missed him
I
because
need
that
to-
shirt is so bright orange. He's like 7 feet tall.
Remind me, I need to buy one of those so I can give it to Agroblaze next time I see him.
Yes. And we also need to get a headband for Wyatt. Oh, you know what? Charlie bringing up a good point. If you had a bad Battle Hardened picture, that just means you have to get another top 8.
Go do it again.
Yeah, go do it again.
Okay.
There was an interesting point where you brought up in your video, which I'm going to ask you shout out next, that you said something to the effect of, "I'm glad we got to this top 8 because it'd been a minute," or something like that. But yeah,
It had been a bit.
props to Kevin. Top 8 Battle Hard. Only 8 people get to do that.
True. 200
60.
something people.
Yeah.
200 something in your Battle Harden.
Yeah, they were both the Battle Hardens were capped at what, 224?
Something like that.
Whatever the 8-round cap is for those. So
Yeah, nice. And you had to like slog through like 30 brutes.
I found in 921 gem paired games, I found 6 brutes.
That's a lot of brute.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of brute. And you played like
Yeah,
one of
it
each
is.
of them at least.
Almost.
No Leviah.
No
No
Leviah.
Leviah.
No Leviah. Okay.
That was the only
I was
one
like,
I
you
missed.
played KO, Tough Nut,
KO,
Reinar,
Reinar, Tough Nut, RKO.
but not Levi. you
But
almost
not
got
Levi.
the Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah,
of
I almost ran the
brutes.
freaking Infinity Gauntlet on brutes as
as
Prism.
Prism. All right, if you want to help make this stream look nicer and get a light for Tim, you can support us over at patreon.com/thetablepit. Tim. And that way we can get a light for Tim so that he can do his own segment on the Table Pit, whatever kind of stream that is. Actually, Tim,
Open
what
it
are you
out
doing
low.
Saturday?
Probably doing chores
Oh.
and getting groceries and
Oh.
stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. We're having No Blocks, a Chill Tower Star live stream where we do and don't block at 9 with 9 Eastern with Wyatt, who day 2'd Worlds. Let's freaking go. And he was so happy about day 2ing, he's not going to play Syndra anymore. After that, we have the design table was a chill fab themed art show, except for last week or the week before. It was not fab themed. I just did art on stream. And that might happen again. I think that's mostly it. Kevin, do you want to shout out your newest video?
Yeah, I put my tournament report up from Philly today, talking about Worlds Run and the Battle Harden and kind of where stuff is at for the content I'm doing. Yeah, that went up today.
Heck
So,
yeah. I think
It's like
that's
55 minutes, and I still missed like 15 minutes of stuff, I think, probably.
I thought it was really good. I listened to it this afternoon, and there was one part where you were just like, there's more educational content coming soon. You just want it to be awesome. Like you have a high bar for
I want it to
educational
be up to
content.
my standard
Yeah.
for my content, which is probably higher than it needs to be.
which I
But-
think is admirable, even if incorrect. So thank you all so much for watching. Bye.